Whoa, didn't see you there. How's it going? Yeah, I got time. Welcome back. First of all, thank you for all of the support last video. It means the world to me, and I hope to give you guys kind of an update if I do pick up more stuff going forward on the handheld collection. It's not what we're talking about today, though. Today, I'm going to talk about my favorite game franchise. Does my favorite game franchise include my favorite game of all time? No, but it includes a couple. So, I sometimes get asked by the people around me, like, what is your favorite Pokemon game? Because it is my favorite franchise. It's a really hard thing to answer, because I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I have my favorite generation. I have the first games I played as a kid that I'm the most nostalgic for. I also have my favorite game that I've been, that I was like, oh, I played this for the first time and I experienced nothing like it. So I think if I were to start with probably my objective answer, I would start with Pokemon Legends Arceus. And it's an odd one, especially coming from someone who's been playing the game since they were 7, because I feel like most people aren't going to say that answer in the aspect of kind of looking through it with the lens of like nostalgia or like the DS titles and things like that, especially me who plays a lot of like, ROM hacks and is very in the community of, I play a lot of Pokemon. So you wouldn't usually hear that answer, I feel. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm not tapped in like that. But for me, Pokemon Legends Arceus was the first time I got to really experience a Pokemon game that made me feel like I was actually integrated into developing the Pokedex and developing kind of my own journey in the sense of like really being in the environment. I had a wonderful first time playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I knew once that trailer dropped that it would be a game that I would really enjoy. And once I kind of stepped foot in that Hisui region, I knew it was wraps. I can say this now. Yes, I know there's a lot of things people don't like about that game. I love it, man. I love it. I love the open areas. I love the combat of the strong and quick style. I love the way you catch Pokemon. I love the way Pokemon interact with the environment. I love it, man. I think they're really good games, or really good game. It's a really good game. I have had so much fun playing that game. And I remember when I first saw that first trailer being absolutely blown away by just the fact that it was even something that was going to exist. I am going to drop the trailers for the games I talk about in the video just because I want people to kind of see them how I saw them when they were first coming out. There's one game where that's not the case, but I'll get to it then. But yeah, I think with me, Legends Arceus was something that I really gravitated to because it was my first real experience with being just wowed by something that was like new in Pokemon, where it was like a direction they haven't taken the series before, that I was like, hey, like this is something that really speaks to me, because this is something I like in a lot of other games that aren't Pokemon, but now that it's in Pokemon, I can experience a lot of things that I've liked in other game series, in this game series as well. Yeah, so for me, I think my number one all-time favorite is Legends Arceus. Again, it might change. Who knows what the future looks like. But yeah, and it's crazy to think about because I have put so many hours in that game. Pivots, I guess, to my favorite region. So my favorite region is the Unova region. I remember playing Pokemon Black and White when they came out, think it was around maybe 9 or 10 when they came out. I remember getting them on the DS. I remember getting them at launch, both Black and White and Black and White 2. And I just remember being blown away by how amazing the Unova region was. Because to my brain at the time, I was like, this is the best thing ever. And I was about 2 generations deep at that point into playing Pokemon games in my childhood, and I just remember having this kind of euphoric experience of being able to play these games. And I still kind of get that experience now. I think the Unova region is the region that for me holds up the best. I know people have issues with the reduction of the Pokedex money that that it had, not being able to go into going and playing with any of the past Pokemon past generations. But for me, I genuinely like that. I thought it was cool that it's innovative and everything. For me, it was something that pushed the series kind of in a cool direction. I don't think we'll ever do something like that again, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was something that kind of differentiates the games comparative to others. Yeah, I especially remember getting Pokemon Black and White 2 and being like, this is even cooler than the first ones. And I still kind of feel that way now. I love going back and playing them back to back. I like playing them like the first and the second, like sequentially. And it's really fun. I love those games, and I've had nothing but joyous times playing them. I like to go back and play them pretty often in comparison to other games in the series. Yeah, I love Pokemon Black and White. I love the Unova region. I do go back and play every single one, though. I will say, yeah, I was very fortunate to keep my collection throughout my life. So I have the first game that I ever started with to the most current games that I own on the Switch. That is something I definitely cherish a lot, because to me those games mean so much to me. So to be able to kind of keep a hold on them throughout my life, and to still have like my childhood copies, I definitely feel very fortunate in that regard. Yeah, but Pokemon Black and White, man, there's nothing like a Unova playthrough. Last on the list is a newer entry in my brain, because I didn't think about it. Like, it's technically the first game I ever played, ever, Pokemon wise. And that is Pokemon Emerald. But I have a little catch in there too. So Pokemon Emerald, I played. It was the first game I ever really got to play, and it was on my neighbor's Game Boy Advance SP, and he just kind of let me just mess around. And then he let me kind of borrow it for a bit. I got halfway through, couldn't figure it out, kind of just gave it back, moved on. But I still remember it being such a it was just such an informative and like meaningful experience that I knew I wanted to continue with the series when Diamond and Pearl came out. Yeah, but brings me to my other thing. I had to throw a 3DS title in here. I do love X and Y. I do love Sun and Moon. But Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, man. Those games, I love the Hoenn region, and I think that's the best way to experience the Hoenn region. I know some people might disagree with me because of some things they left out from Emerald. I'm not huge in the Battle Tower with the Battle Frontier. I think it's cool, but it's not 100% for me. I'm more just kind of like to play through the game. And then do some of the side stuff after. But yeah, I love Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I have put so many hours into that game. I remember my childhood copy, before I reset it, had I think almost 150 hours. I have played those games to death. I think they're the best way to experience Hoenn, other than ROM hacks. But I love Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I love being able to go back and revisit those regions, especially the music. I think the one thing that also it says a lot about me, maybe, that kind of I love the music from all of those regions, the Hisui, Unova, and Hoenn region. I think they have the best music, maybe other than like I really like Kalos's music. Diamond and Pearl has some good themes, but I I like the Hoenn music better, especially Little Root Town. I think has the best starting town music. Honorable mentions probably for me would be Soul Silver and Heart Gold, Johto remakes. I did play the original Silver recently, and it's fine. I just prefer the remakes. They introduced the physical special split. I wish they went back and changed the kind of weird level gaps that region has that everybody complains about. Couple more honorable mentions. Fire Red, Leaf Green, I think are decent. I think they're a great introduction to the series if you haven't played them before. Some underrated takes I have. I'm a really big fan of Gen 7 and 8. I really love both Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Sun and Moon are cool, but I think Ultra Moon and Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun are the kind of the way to play. And then Sword and Shield. I had so much fun with Sword and Shield. Yeah, one thing that I think is my hot take that I don't like Gen 1. I just don't like how it plays. I don't like the gimmicks and the bad programming. To me, it's just I don't have the nostalgia for it. So if I do want to play Gen 1, it's going to be one of the remakes, especially the Leaf Green and Fire Red. And it's interesting because I have had a lot of time to kind of sit and play through these games, and obviously there are ones I go to and play through more, but it's definitely interesting to take one that I haven't played in a while and be like, oh yeah, why not this one? And it's cool to kind of like go back and be like, oh, I totally forgot this was in the game, or oh, I didn't even know you could have this member on your team. And it's cool because I even get to experience new things in these games that I've owned for years. Pokemon will forever, I think, be my favorite franchise in video games. I know it's a very weird one to say. I play a lot of games and I play a lot of different franchises, and I have a lot of different franchises that I, still like to play, frequently, and I like to pay attention to when games drop and things like that. But there's something that doesn't hit the same than when a Pokemon game comes out for me. It's that kind of level of excitement, anticipation that hits your nervous system. It makes your heart beat a little fast and makes your mind think about, oh, what's my team, and what is my starter gonna be. And it definitely makes me feel very grateful to be able to have something in my life like Pokemon. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. Trying to think if I'm missing any like games or honorable mentions that I are glaring. I know I'm probably leaving some stuff out or have differing opinions from others, but honestly, I like all of them except for Red and Blue. They're not my favorite, which is funny because I own 2 copies of Blue that me and my brother had from when we were little kids. But yeah, I like pretty much all of them. So if your favorite is your favorite and you're like, oh, here are the reasons why, I get it. I understand. Hey, it's my favorite franchise. I can't sit here and be like, you're wrong for liking a game I also really like. But yeah, please tell me your favorites in the comments and just tell me why. Like, tell me what made you fall in love with the Sinnoh region or the Johto region or even the Alola region. It could even be the Paldean region. Just give me a little taste of what you kind of see in those games. I'd love to hear it, honestly. But yeah, with that being said, please like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, share, tell a friend. I'm hearing a disturbance. Is that Sosuke? Is that Sosuke?
10 gold chains with brain propane. Tell it whole thing from the cell phone ring. Yo, man, it just flip it cocaine. All my young niggas, know that they got all way, all way, all way, all way, all way. Yeah, they call me young drug dealer. They call me young thug nigga. 24 cash, my slug splitter. 24 years old with a couple miller. Shout out to my cousin niggas. Finna let it fly for my blood niggas. Middle finger up to you fuck niggas. You a trail nigga, then fuck with us. You dash like a speed double bullet. With a pistol on, probably wouldn't need a bullet. Heart made a bullet, me mugger with a hoodie like was really trying to be the motherfucker that you're putting on you. Trying to let it fly when I should it. All my young niggas, they gon' rap it to the fullest. Tell the fuck nigga be you, fucked up, be cool. All the young niggas in my crew, they done let it. For a nigga